and somebody with whom we are looking forward to a very robust, fair, equitable, balanced, mutually beneficial, win-win partnership in terms of an enduring free trade agreement which will outlive all of us in this room, which will strengthen this relationship between Europe and India, and which will, in some sense, define two large economies as we grow in the next 20-25 years to become a $30 trillion plus economy. We will both be economies of significance, relevance, and contributing to each other through fair trade. We truly hope to play an important role in your lives, in your businesses, and work towards the shared prosperity of both regions. Friends, we are living in times full of uncertainty, a lot of volatility. But it is at such times that the true strength of a nation, of an industry, of a company, or an individual come to fore. It is these trying times that the best comes out from all of us. We've gone through COVID, the worst pandemic in 100 years. And I think when we look back, you'll all agree with me that the current time is nothing compared to what we all went through during COVID. And I think the nation and each one of you have overcome COVID extremely well, full of confidence, resilience, and ability to navigate uncertainty. And therefore, I think such times will come and go. The long-term endurance and our ability to withstand shocks, to withstand difficulties, will always remain with us. And that is our true strength. And I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that times will only get better. We on our part, Maros and I are working very sincerely along with our wonderful teams who are even engaged in very intense negotiations as we have taken a break to come here. We are working towards the shared prosperity of the EU and India. Every agreement has some give and take to make it a balanced agreement. There can never be a perfect situation. And you will all agree we should not make the perfect the enemy of the good. But I can assure you, the direction in which we are going, the possibilities that we are trying to unlock are immense. And I'm very confident that a confident, bold industry such as yours, who has always given me a lot of strength when I have negotiated any FTA so far, will find the arrangements that Maros and I come up with very attractive, exciting, and holding good potential for each of your businesses to grow, collaborate with partners from Europe and other parts of the world, encourage innovation and R&D in India, work with partners across the world to help them come to India, bring down their costs of design, costs of R&D, with the talent and skill available in India, I have absolutely full confidence that any company in the world of significance, of scale, will find it very attractive to work in India, to have manufacturing facilities in India, and as the Honorable Prime Minister had said, the auto industry has been the torchbearer of the Make in India program. We shall soon be celebrating 10 years of the Make in India initiative. And I think it's an opportune time for us to look at much bigger ambitions, much bigger targets.
We are now maximizing our efforts to finalize negotiations by the end of the year, as it was agreed by the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, and Prime Minister Modi when we've been here, as I mentioned earlier this year. And we are striving to put in place an economically meaningful win-win package that brings real added value to businesses and consumers both in Europe and here in India. Because this would enable us to work together in the areas where cooperation will bring additional value and where it definitely makes sense. This would also provide you, the car manufacturing industry, with the ability to create a future where innovation and sustainability drive the progress. As you see, the both of us are still having a good time. Both of us are a little bit tired because we are talking to each other with a huge intensity. And I can tell you that our teams are even more worn down than two of us because they are working even harder. But I have to say that despite of all intensive work, as always, Piyush is a fantastic host who likes to organize the small events like this. And, and therefore, we always have a big pleasure to come to India. And I believe that seeing the goodwill, political courage, and the constructive attitudes to our negotiations, that we will meet our deadline. As I said, our free trade agreement, I believe, will be important for you as a business leaders, but I think it will have one additional and important meeting. It will bring Europe and India even more closer together. And it would make our strategic partnership ever more important, be it in bringing prosperity and strengthening supply chains, or advancing on our climate goals, or in developing the critical emerging technologies, or in countering threats and working towards a safer world, both regionally and globally, through security and defense. Very happy that I can also address you in the middle of what are very intensive talks and negotiations on what I believe would be ground-breaking free trade agreement between European Union and India. And we've been negotiating this for quite some time, but I can tell you that it never got to such a momentum as we have right now between Minister Goyal and myself, and of course having the strong political support from both the leaders, Prime Minister Modi and President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. This is already my second visit to India this year because we've been here